Good morning. June 23rd today, Tuesday morning. Yesterday we had 49 kids show up for our drive-through VBS. What a blessing that was. We had a little rain, and we're praying that the rain holds off today and we're able to have the kids come again, but it was really nice. We had so many people that were thankful that we did something like this. The cat's playing with the cord. A lot of people were really thankful for having this for the kids in the community, just to be able to come through and do a little activity and get some material in their hands. And we want to thank the ones that came and helped yesterday, and we're looking forward to it. And if it does rain today, we're gonna extend that for one more day. So be praying for good weather. If it just sprinkles a little bit, we're still gonna do it. But yesterday we got done with Esther. Excuse me. And today we're entering Job. Job has always been a real tough scripture for me. I've struggled with it for a lot of years, and even reading this morning, I have a hard time. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I have a hard time looking at Satan and coming to God and challenging him to really turn over Job. God looks at Job as a strong believer, somebody who's really strong in his faith, and his family is. And we see in chapter 1, the devastation of him losing everything. And it's with the challenge, that, if, Satan basically says, if I take all this stuff away, he's going to curse you. And he doesn't. Job's a very solid guy. And the thing that jumps at me is Psalms. I can't remember the exact verse, but I think it's Psalms 139, and it says basically, our ways are not God's ways, our thoughts are not His thoughts, and that's what keeps going back in my mind. So God's got a plan about everything. And even for this, we'll see it develop in Job's life. But his wife comes to him and says, why don't you just curse God and die? After he gets boils and he's sick and he's just miserable. But he doesn't. And over again, he just shows his integrity for the Lord. And this is what I love, because he lost everything he had, basically. His fortune, his children, his property. But here's Job. He said, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. In all this, Job did not sin by charging God with wrongdoing." So, to me, that's an upright guy. That's someone who we need to follow and look at and emulate our faith walk after. It's pretty solid as far as what he does. And how he reacts to all these things that Satan's being allowed to do to him. For me, it's it's a good example. It's good modeling. He has friends that came now, towards the end of chapter 2, and they're basically just sitting there and never said a word. And they just sat with him while he was going through this great suffering. and again, we're going to hear more about that relationship, more about Job coming down the road. But read this and reread it, and look at it, because there's sometimes that we look at our lives and it's like, why are we going through this? And to be honest with you, it's not for us to ask why. And I look at it and I say, why not? I don't like it. Again, I don't understand it completely. Looking at Job and living a righteous life. And to me, that's that's the opposite of the prosperity gospels, how they preach so often. God does give, and yes, He can take away. We don't like it, and sometimes our faith gets tested to a level of, okay, are you 100% in on your relationship with God, or is it a conditional thing? I pray I don't have to find out. I pray I don't have to deal with some of these things that Job dealt with. I've dealt with hardships in my life and certain things that happen, but I guess I never looked at it as God playing some kind of game with Satan about, hey, let's look at Scott. Let's see what he would do if I do this to him or do that to him. I suppose it's possible. It happened here. Again, why not me? My prayer, is that I can stay solid through the hard times. That I can look at, and feel blessed and know, God's given me everything I have, and He has. Anything I have, He's given me. He's blessed me with it. So if He feels at any point that He needs to take it away, I guess so be it. I want to stay solid in my walk and love the Lord regardless of things, vehicles, money, anything else. The bottom line is we're here for just a short season, and then we're gone. We go to eternity with the Lord. So that's what I want to be striving for, regardless of what I have or what I don't have, or what's given to me or what's taken away. So I think it's just realizing again, we don't necessarily know how God thinks or what what He does. He knows His will be done, not mine. So that's a good thing. Just taking that stuff away from Scripture today. And again, looking at Job as an example, and just knowing that we have a loving God, that He does love us, He cares for us, and He wants the very best. However that looks for Him, I'll leave that up to Him. So God bless you all. Have a great day, and I will see you in the morning.